Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Gun. Right there, 54, right there.
Now a first down throw for Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Check. Watch the
Back to the air, Newton on second down. Wright's got it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Now Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10.
Right there, 54, right there.
Again, Newton. Now he's got McCaffrey open, complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a third down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Newton throwing again. Got his target, Samuel. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 44-yard line. Now Newton on first down. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. There for the sack, Everson Griffin.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Another try after the first down sack. Newton, open man is Samuel, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 17-yard line. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Check, crunch. Gun.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And the ball is knocked out, and this belongs to the Vikings.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around. And we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. A big play there out of Cook. 43 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. On second and 11 now. Cousins. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. Johnson was the intended receiver. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It was Eric Reed in on the stop.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. No score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. Now a run with Cook. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
The first run for the backup, Abdullah. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. They'll run on first down. It's Cook. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Third and short yardage, Cousins. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 36. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Cousins. And that is incomplete here. That was Dante Jackson, the one who got a hand in to knock it away.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Off the play fake, Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Cousins in the offense is going to stay out there. They're going to try on 4th down. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
Newton to throw. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Newton now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Here's Newton. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To the air again, Newton. And that's complete to McCaffrey. It'll be a pickup of only a yard. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. 3rd and 2, Newton. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
It's now 4th down.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. They snap it to Newton. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. There he goes, right side. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. They run it again with Cook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 13. It's a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
43-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped to the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Tackled back at the 41-yard line.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Taking it about the 16. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
20.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
General West.
They start the drive with Cook. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They run. Cook down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3rd and 7.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
Hey. Watch the safety creek.
Hey, 382, hey, 50.
Now Cousins. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. They'll try and run with Abdullah. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Back to the ground. This time, Cook. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
180.
54. Come on, D.
Gun.
Mike.
Zebra.
Mike spot 4.
Now on 2nd and 13. Cousins. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. They can't stop Bruce Irvin there as he slips in for the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out.
Touchdown, Vikings! Amir Abdullah, 32 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
13 yards, first down, Panthers. Newton on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Now Newton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
It's your time, baby. We did it.
Take over first and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Jahan, what I need?
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I got it.
On first down, Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now 21-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out.
Don't get nervous.
They'll run on first down. It's Cook trying to run inside, but nothing there. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin.
Under 10.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cook. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Throwing, Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's going to field this at the 4. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Ready?
54 Mike. Arnie.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. He gets this one to Johnson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Well, officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Throwing here, Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Bruce Irvin getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Here is Cook on 3rd and goal. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. Bailey's kick is good, and that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Back to throw. Newton steps away to his left. And now here's another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Ready?
54.
I'm on.
Following the interception, Cousins. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end. And, you know, some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time. And they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.